They walked alongside a man who changed history. They witnessed miracles, heard timeless teachings, and spread a message that has spanned centuries. But have you ever stopped to think, how did the lives of Jesus' 12 disciples end? Today, you'll learn about the fate of each one of them, amidst faith, persecutions, journeys, mysteries, and poignant endings. Let's start with the name everyone recognizes, Judas Iscariot. He became tragically known as the one who betrayed Jesus after the event. Overcome with immense remorse, he took his own life. His end became one of the saddest and most debated episodes in biblical history, a somber reminder of the weight of his choices. Next, let's talk about Peter. After Jesus' ascension, Peter rose to become one of the main leaders of early Christianity. His leadership was crucial, but it also made him a target. During the fierce persecution of Christians in Rome under Emperor Nero, Peter was imprisoned. Tradition holds that he was sentenced to crucifixion. Feeling unworthy to die in the same manner as Jesus, he requested to be crucified upside down. He remained faithful to his beliefs right to the very end. Then there's James the Greater, the brother of John. He was part of Jesus' inner circle, alongside Peter and John. His zeal for the gospel was powerful, but it also drew the attention of the authorities. He became one of the very first disciples to be martyred for his faith. King Herod Agrippa ordered his execution by the sword, marking a dark and early chapter in the great persecutions against the nascent church. His brother, John, had a very different path, known as the disciple whom Jesus loved. John was the one who stood at the foot of the cross. He faced intense persecution and was even exiled to the island of Patmos, where he received the visions recorded in the book of Revelation. Despite the dangers, tradition tells us he was the only one of the original 12 to die of natural causes, living to a very old age in Ephesus. Andrew, Peter's brother, was the one who first introduced Peter to Jesus. After Pentecost, he took the gospel message to distant regions, including what is now modern-day Greece and Turkey. His missionary zeal was unstoppable, but it also led to his confrontation with Roman authorities. Tradition states that he, too, was crucified, bound to an X-shaped cross, where he continued to preach for 2 days before he died. Philip also traveled extensively, preaching in various regions of the ancient world, including Phrygia in modern-day Turkey. Like the others, his missionary work put him in direct conflict with those Desafios who opposed the new faith. He was eventually captured and, according to most traditions, died a martyr's death, sharing the same fate as many of his fellow apostles for his unwavering dedication. Bartholomew, who many scholars believe is also the Nathanael mentioned in the Gospel of John, journeyed to preach in faraway lands, possibly reaching as far as India and Armenia. Ancient accounts describe a gruesome end for him. It's said he was martyred for his faith in Armenia, and his name has since become a symbol of immense courage in the face of unspeakable suffering. Matthew, once a despised tax collector, underwent a profound transformation to become a messenger of faith. After writing his gospel, he preached outside of Israel, with traditions placing him in Persia and Ethiopia. Like most of the others, his story also culminates in martyrdom. He is said to have died for the sake of the gospel, sealing his testimony with his life. Then we have Thomas, forever known as Doubting Thomas. Yet, his initial doubt transformed into a powerful faith that took him farther than almost any other disciple. He is believed to have traveled all the way to India, establishing one of the earliest Christian communities there. And it was in India, according to strong tradition, that he was ultimately martyred for his faith. James the Lesser, also known as James, son of Alphaeus, became a pillar of the early church. He served as a key leader in Jerusalem and was highly respected for his piety, even by those who didn't follow Christianity. Despite this respect, he couldn't escape the growing tide of persecution. He too eventually lost his life, reportedly thrown from the pinnacle of the temple and then beaten to death. Simon the Zealot remains one of the most mysterious disciples. We know very little about his activities after Pentecost. Historical accounts are varied, placing his missionary work in Persia, Egypt, or even Britain. But while the details of his life are scarce, almost all traditions agree on one thing: he also died a martyr for his faith. Finally, we have Matthias. He wasn't one of the original 12, but was chosen by the apostles to take Judas's place, restoring their number. He courageously stepped into this role, continuing the mission of spreading the gospel. And just like the men he joined, he faced persecution until the end, with traditions holding that he too was martyred. They lived as ordinary men, fishermen, tax collectors, and zealots, but they died as eternal symbols of faith, courage, and transformation. None of them sought fame, none of them sought power, but the impact of their lives transcended time. And now I ask you, how far would you go for what you believe in? If you enjoy true stories, mysteries of faith, and biblical curiosities, subscribe to the channel and continue walking with us through these secrets that span generations. Thanks for watching.